What is a sheath introducer set? Sheath is a tube made of plastic which is used to gain arterial or venous access and facilitate the insertion of catheters or other equipment for diagnostic and vascular intervention. These are one of the sheaths which is used for radial access, and this one is used for the femoral access. So the difference between the radial sheath and the femoral sheath is, in the radial sheath the needle is with a small gauge with the low diameter of the wire, the mini guide wire. Whereas in the femoral sheath, the diameter of the guide wire is bigger than the radial sheath itself, and the puncture needle size is, the gauge is bigger than the radial sheath needle. Let's talk about the components of the sheaths. This video is being recorded only for the educational purpose. That's why we are opening it in unsterile way. Otherwise, this whole procedure is a sterile procedure, and we need to deal with this procedure in a sterile way. So let's talk about the components of the radial sheath first. What are the components of the radial sheath? This is how we open in a sterile way. Right. So once you unwrap the packet, you can take out the sheath in a sterile way. So as you can see inside, here is the needle. The sheath itself, dilator, and the mini guide wire. Alright, so first of all, we'll take out the needle, we'll flush it with the normal saline, heparinized normal saline, and keep it aside. Then we'll take out the dilator, flush it with the heparinized saline. Similarly to the sheath itself, this is hemostatic valve or three-way stopcock, and this is a sheath itself. Here is the hemostatic valve to avoid any bleeding, and this is the stopcock. So we'll flush it. Once we flush it with the heparinized saline, we'll keep it open, we'll flush it. Once it's flushing, so make sure it's air free. So the phenomena for this is fluid to fluid. So once we flush it, while flushing, we will close the port towards the sheath and load it with the dilator into the sheath. Here, as you can see. And rotate to lock. Once it's locked, just keep it aside and take the mini guide wire. As you can see, this guide wire, it's low with the diameter plus having a soft straight tip, whereas in the femoral it's slightly different. Femoral sheath. So we will open in a sterile way. Take the sheath, set out completely. Keep it like this. As you can see now, this is a puncture needle with bigger gauge than the radial sheath needle. Flush it with the normal heparinized saline. Take the guide wire out. As you can see, this guide wire is bigger in diameter than the radial sheath guide wire with the J tip. So use the straightener to straighten the tip and keep it aside. Here's a dilator. As you can see here, there is a big difference. Similarly, flush this dilator with the heparinized saline as well. Now, this is the femoral sheath. as you can see. Similarly, it has the state lock or the three-way stopcock. You can flush it with the fluid to fluid phenomena, flush the sheath and close it, and then load it with the dilator. So now I will show you the difference between both of the sheaths. As you can see here, this is a radial sheath and this is a femoral sheath. As you can see, if I bring the wires together, you can see the difference between the wires as well and the set itself. Now the insertion of sheath, how to insert the sheath. So let's talk about the radial sheath first, how to insert a radial sheath. So radial sheath or the sheath insertion is a total sterile procedure, right, which can be inserted via ultrasound guidance or fluoroscopy guidance, or you can feel the pulse. So what is the procedure? The procedure to insert a sheath is a Seldinger technique. We will utilize a Seldinger technique here. Like if you are taking arterial access, we will first prep and drape the area. Then we'll localize it with the local anesthetic, the desired area. Then we will use the puncture needle. The puncture needle is used once you puncture the vessel, whether artery or vein. Make sure in the radial sheath set, the wire comes with two tips. One is a soft tip and the other one is the hard end. So make sure the soft tip goes into the puncture needle. So once you puncture the vessel, hold it and load the mini guide wire inside. So make sure once you are into the vessel, hold the guide wire and remove the needle. Then load the sheath with the dilator over the guide wire. It goes all the way in. When it goes in, then hold the wire with the dilator and hold the sheath and rotate it and remove the guide wire with the dilator itself. So once you did, there is a hemostatic valve. It will prevent from bleeding. Then use this port to flush, and now we are ready to go. So now you can insert the guide wire with the catheter and this. Thank you for watching.